Welcome, everyone. What's going on? I'm Trayvon Miles. Joining me, Jeff Harris, and of course, a special guest, Marcus Helton of DMV Elite.
Good to be back.
Hey, Marcus, and welcome to the DSI Selection Show. We're unveiling all the matchups at this year's Governor's Challenge.
That's right. And for people who don't know who you are, Marcus, why don't you tell the people exactly who you are and a little bit about what you do, man?
Sure. I'm editor-in-chief of DMVElite.com. This is our third or fourth year helping out here with the Governor's Challenge. We do media, scouting services, events all throughout the year, the entire state of Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. And this coming down here for this event is always one of my favorite parts.
Second year in a row.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you know, Marcus will be helping us out with some of the teams in his territory across the bridge.
That's exactly right. That's right. So without further ado, let's toss it to the wall to Jonah Restuccio, who's set to unveil our first set of DMV Elite Showcase games.
Thank you, Trey. An awesome field set for these first Elite Showcase games, but let's start with December 27th at the Civic Center. Charlotte Basketball Academy's high school team will travel from North Carolina to take on National Christian Academy. Baltimore Poly will tip off against Riverdale Baptist just before Virginia Academy and Olympic out of North Carolina. Legacy and Father Henry Carr, all the way from Canada, will start the nightcap, followed by the boys, also from the North Canada Top Flight Academy, facing off against Charlotte Basketball Academy's post-grad program. And moving on to Thursday, the 28th, it's a jam-packed day starting at 1:30 at UMES in Princess Anne with Quality Education Academy from North Carolina taking on Canada Top Flight. Then at 6:45 from UMES, Charlotte Basketball Academy post-grad will take on Avalon. And at the Civic Center, Charlotte Basketball Academy High School will take on Virginia Academy, and St. George's out of Delaware will play Gilman. Now the hometown boys from Y-High, Wicomico Trey, a team that you love, will take on West Mecklenburg at 6:45. Lincoln Academy from Georgia will play Father Henry Carr, and Canada Top Flight will take on St. Andrews out of Rhode Island. And two of the highest profile games of the day, Olympic versus Baltimore Poly, led by Demetrius Mims and Justin Lewis, who was just offered by Georgetown this weekend. And then at 7 o'clock, National Christian Academy taking on Legacy, Early College in South Carolina, and Sharon Wright Jr. Trey, Jeff, Marcus, what a great start that this is to the tournament.
Yeah, thanks, Jonah. One of the higher profile guys that's going to make an appearance, I'm sure a lot of people know this guy's name. It's on the shore, really, is Baltimore Poly's Demetrius Mims.
Yes,
you know,
that dominated.
Yeah, really. And well, you took the words out of my mouth. The guy dominated Decatur last year and also, by the way, won a state title, no big deal, already committed to a Division I college.
Yeah, Demetrius is headed to Long Beach State. He committed to them in early September. You know, Poly lost their top player last year, Dre Perry, who's at Temple now.
Know him.
Yeah, yeah.
Temple,
He put on the
I'd
show.
like to hear that.
Right, right. Yeah, he's at Temple now. So it's kind of, this is Demetrius's show to run. I mean, they've got a big transfer. They've added Justin Lewis, who you mentioned.
All right.
Picked up an offer from Georgetown the other day. But this is Demetrius's team, and I know he's been waiting to kind of show that he could
I
be.
really like the player that Mims is. He's a long player. I really think he fits that Long Beach mold. And one of the other local teams has his hands full as well as Y-High. In their first game, West Mecklenburg of North Carolina, a team with a lot of size. Y-High should be set this year. They were a team last year with no seniors, and that was their calling card. This year is kind of put up or shut up for those guys over there, I will say. So it'll be a great opportunity to turn some heads in their first showcase game. All right, we're through day 1 and 2 of the showcase. For 3 and 4, we head back to the wall with Jonah.
And you guys thought that the first 2 days were crazy. In the back leg of the showcase, still a lot of great games to get to. Kicking things off on Friday the 29th, it's Legacy and Wright, as we've talked about, taking on Rock Creek Christian. National Christian Academy faces off against Liberty Heights, and Sanford from Delaware will take on Olympic. The highlight of this grouping is Gray Collegiate out of South Carolina, who's led by Juwan Gray, a highly touted prospect as well. The Seahawks of Stephen Decatur, the best team here on the shore the past couple of years, will be making their tournament debut against St. George's. Gilman and Lake Taylor will wrap things up from the Civic Center. Then over at UMES in Princess Anne, St. Andrews will take on Avalon. Quality Education Academy will play Father Henry Carr. And Scotland Campus Sports out of Pennsylvania and Canada Top Flight Academy will end the night. And now to Friday, December 30th, the final day, and what a day it is. Stephen Decatur and Taylor kick things off, followed by Liberty Heights and Lincoln Academy. Y-High will return and take on Gilman, and Scotland Campus Sports will take on Quality Education Academy. But a can't-miss prospect in Jair Davis of Sanford will be taking the court at 6:45 to take on Rock Creek Christian. Trey, Jeff, Marcus, an all-around stud of a player in the class of 2020, a game that you won't want to miss.
Look, I'm telling you, if you like good basketball, come out and see this kid, Jair Davis. This kid is the truth, man. We've seen him all over Twitter a couple weeks ago. We got our first look at him when he was in 8th grade. I mean, thoroughly impressed with the young man from Sanford, Delaware. He was very calm in his demeanor, mature in a state semifinal game we saw against Milford. He was only in 8th grade at that time. He's played with Team USA, as you see in these highlights right here. Great player. I cannot wait to check him out. He'll be one of my favorite players in the tournament, as will another really good player coming from out of town, Jawan Gary of Gray Collegiate, Marcus.
Yeah, Jawan Gary is another name I've heard a lot about, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him. I've heard nothing but good things from college coaches and scouts. He's a guy highly touted. He's got offers from Maryland, North Carolina State, Clemson, Georgia, East Carolina, interest from a host of others. Really athletic, 6'6" wing. I mean, he's going to be one of the top players here this year. And make sure you can get out and check him out if you get a chance.
Yep.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Another team, though, being showcased, a local team, Decatur. Stephen Decatur, coming off a 25-2 season, lost in the state semifinals to Baltimore Poly. Well, really big score there.
Let's be honest.
74-44. I'm trying to downplay a little bit here, Trey. They had a 19-game win streak last year, so a 2-month stretch that they did not lose.
Yeah, and Kevon Boyles is going to dominate and lead this team along with the big man Churchill Bounds. I don't know if they're talented enough to get back to a state semifinal, but I'll tell you one thing, they are always one of the more entertaining teams at the Governor's Challenge, especially that game last year against Potomac. I would say that was probably the game of the year last year in the tournament.
That was a great game
Yes.
to watch last year.
And it's been a great start so far to our 2017 selection show, but the best, well, it's yet to come. Coming up, we reveal the first 7 brackets from this year's Governor's Challenge and take a quick preview of some of the featured teams. Stay with us. We'll be right back in 90 seconds.
My name is Dre Green from Cambridge, South Manchester High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Inside. Mommy, I'm on TV. Ah!